Hello everyone, this is the Twins of Destruction here with another video talking about Assassin's Creed Victory. Yesterday we had also posted a video, and that was about the announcement and how there was the carvings on the table, the brass knuckles, the video and the hands and the gun and the hidden blade and all the good stuff. Well, today I have put together a couple details that I hope to talk about, and hopefully you can remind me of some more if you notice any. First off, we're going to start with the idea of yesterday, how we told you that the file name had said Jacob's Hands, and everyone had figured, oh, maybe they changed Jacob from Samuel, because last year it was thought that Samuel was going to be the protagonist of a game set in Victorian London, which ended up not even happening, and Unity came out instead. But it just so happens that Victorian London is the next year. Well, let's say that game was just leaked early. Well, they probably changed the name from Samuel to Jacob. Well, now it turns out that there is a third name that was found in the files of this picture, actually, that I'm putting up right now. It's of the brass knuckles that are on the table. The file name is called ACS Albert's Knuckles. And you might be thinking, ACS, well, I thought it was ACV, or AC Victory. Well, rumor has it that they might have changed the name. And this isn't unfamiliar to do with Ubisoft, because they've done it before, twice before actually. With Black Flag, they did from Assassin's Creed Golden Age to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And from Rogue, they did Assassin's Creed Comet to Assassin's Creed Rogue. And the S is supposed to stand for Syndicate. If you don't know, Syndicate is a group of people that group together for a common interest. So could be meaning the Assassins, could be meaning the Templars, could be meaning really anyone just going for their own will. Now, you might be saying that it's all confusing with these three names, but think about it. Samuel is no more. His name could be changed from either Jacob or Albert. And there could be two assassins, one named Jacob, one named Albert. This also proves likely because in the picture called Jacob's Hands, Jacob, so-called, his brass knuckles are silver, and in the picture labeled Albert's Hands, his brass knuckles are gold. And these are the silver knuckles that I was talking about. More proof that there is a bigger brotherhood than we thought is that in this picture right here, if you can see right in the center of the cane is what looks to be an assassin symbol. I know you may seem to say, oh, he already has a hidden blade, no duh, he's an assassin. What I'm saying is canes were, when you think of a cane in a stereotype, you think of a rich person walking around a city. Well, at least I do. Exactly, rich person. So you need money to have a cane. Also, the fact that on the brass knuckles, there is the assassin symbol right in the center of them. So they have a bigger organization than most likely they did in other games. Not saying they didn't have a big organization, but they have a lot of money. They have business. They can make their own things and weapons and equipment. Now, this next piece of information might just contradict all that I have said about their business and wealth, but if you hear me out, there might be a reason behind it that it won't contradict. This has to do with the carving of the word rooks in the table, or whatever's in the bar. Rooks, like we said yesterday, was, or could be, a shortened version of rookies, or what was nicknamed the slums of Victorian London. So, carved for whatever reason, rooks sounds like, or could be, a nickname given to someone from the rookies. So maybe, just maybe, the assassin that we know or play as, or the assassins themselves, are based in the rookies. And back to the reason how I said it could contradict the idea of having a big business. Well, maybe not, because there is also the fact that they could be hiding. Not really from an enemy, just from suspicion. They would live in the rookies in the slums. No one would bother to look for a rich organization. They could live underground in a secret tunnel or a secret building that's maybe underneath even the tavern that is in the picture. It's just their home base underneath the slums. If the tavern is located in the slums, which I also heard another detail saying that the bell that is heard, that I'm going to play right now, is most likely Big Ben. What other bell would be rung in London, especially Victorian London? So this town that the tavern's in could be located in central London. So if that really is Big Ben, then maybe this isn't the tavern for the rookies, but it could be a home base like assassin dens, groups, like places where assassins would group up to regain health, strength, sleep for the night, just bases that are around London that the assassins can hide out and the Templars haven't gotten to yet. Another interesting thing about that video I just played, that was the end with the bell. In the beginning is a strange horn or siren. Well, not so strange if you know what to think of that siren. That is a train bell. I'll play it for you. And lastly, to end this video, I'm going to bring up a little bit of speculation. Now, I didn't read the comic for Assassin's Creed Brahmin, but if you didn't and you don't know the ending, spoilers here, and I would just skip the end of this video because that's all that I'm going to talk about for the rest. But I did read up on it, and don't quote me on this and correct me if I'm wrong, but again, spoilers from here on out. After Abrasmir had tried to help out, again, this is going to be very simple because I never read the comic, I just read up on it. Abrasmir and his, I'm going to call him his buddy because I don't know the other guy's name, was with trying to get the Kohinoor, and then the Templars came in, and then the girl picked up the Kohinoor and she activated it, and she became a spirit, or Durga took her over and formed a tiger which slaughtered the Templars and left Abrasmir, the girl, and his buddy alive. And then Durga turned to Jot, the guy in present day who is playing in the Animus, and told him that the Assassins and Templars must team up to fight Juno. I don't know if she specifically said Juno, or she just said a bigger foe or force coming in the future, or something vague like that, because the First Civilization is always very vague. But anyway, so because of Brahmin having involved the Kohinoor, and with Jot's wife having the Kohinoor in the ring, again, I don't know how that came about, I just know that it's in the ring, and the fake piece of the Kohinoor being sent to Victorian London in 1839 after the events of Brahmin, I just feel like those games are connected the most, and are probably the last thing that came out closest to each other than Assassin's Creed China, but that has nothing to do with India as of now, until Assassin's Creed Chronicles India comes out. But because of that, I feel like the Assassins and Templars might know, well, obviously the Templars know of the Kohinoor being in Queen Elizabeth's crown, or not, excuse me, Queen Victoria's crown, but maybe they don't know that it's a false. But regardless, that could be the main focus for present day, is trying to figure out where that crown went and what's going on with it, and if the piece was replaced or not. But overall, this could fill in the gap in present day why the Assassins and Templars should team up to fight Juno. Maybe in Victory they might not team up. Victory or Syndicate, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it'll hint at them teaming up. Maybe like little hints. Maybe like a First Civilization member will show up and say, give them an example why they should team up now and stop their differences and stop their fighting. So later in the future, when Juno's let out, they can fight together. And then whoever's in the Animus will see that, know that they should team up, and then eventually put their differences aside. Or if in present day, they will just find it out by themselves. No help in the past at all. It's just, I figured because of Durga telling the Animus member, or Animus worker, whatever you want to call him, Jot, and the fact that the Kohinoor is involved with Victory, I just felt like it had a connection. And maybe Jot will be contacted somehow by the Assassins or Templars. I know he was working with Abstergo, and they do have the memories of him now, but if he acts quickly, he could probably get some help from someone like the Assassins, and maybe even fill them in on what's going on. So he could probably be in the present day story, which there is going to be a big part of, because Darby McDevitt said that it's going to be bigger. So there's that. So alright everyone, I think that's it. The discussion today was a big eye-opener. I found a lot of little details out that I didn't know yesterday, so if you know any more, or if you just want to keep up with me, you can go on my Twitter, which is going to be linked above and in the description, and on my Instagram, mine and my brother's. We will try to keep updated as much as we can, and we love you guys for watching, for subscribing, for liking our videos, and favoriting our tweets, and just all the good stuff. Keep it up, guys. We really appreciate it. And we do this stuff for you. We like to tell stuff to the community. And yeah, that's about it. We'll keep you updated. Can't wait for Tuesday.